Good evening and welcome to the Star Chamber Show live podcast, episode number 471. For those of you keeping score, it is a nice evening here in Lexington, Kentucky, where I, Stephen Zimmer, am broadcasting live from, and joining me as the co-host tonight in just a few minutes is the loquacious, the vivacious, and the audacious Holly Phillippe, but she's running just a couple minutes behind. She will be joining us, don't worry. Do not worry. I know we talked a lot about fatigue and post-Imaginarium recovery last week. That's still going on a little bit, but she will be joining us in just a few minutes. We got a great show for you tonight, and of course, the chat room is open, and got some great folks coming in already, including award-winning screenwriter and author Carol Preflatish, the wonderful folks from Vamp Chat with Dan and Eva. Yes, they had a great show earlier tonight. Check it out on Podbean. And of course, this is their third season, which they kicked off at the Imaginarium convention 2 weeks ago. And yes, another great author has entered the chat room, Nessa Brown. Yes. Hi, Nessa. Good to see you coming in there, and good to see all of you. Slowly getting myself back, getting the brain back. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get back after a gauntlet run like we had, but it is coming back slowly but surely, and getting back into some grooves. I had a good writing session today as well, so the creative fire is getting back on full track again, and all that kind of good stuff. And that's spending some a little bit of family time. Got the young ones and Holly out to see How to Train Your Dragon. Finally, I'd missed that when it first came out, so caught it before it left the theaters. Good show, good movie. Gerard Butler, love Gerard Butler, and he was the lead, one of the leads in it. He played the boy's father. That was a cool surprise. But Hiccup, the main character, Hiccup. But good show all around, and been having a cool week on some of those things. And so yes, I'm back, and and we're back on a Wednesday night too, which is another good thing. So it seems like we're getting in good order. But before I go too far, I do want to give everybody a little bit of heads up on Imaginarium stuff, because we are, of course, the official podcast of the Imaginarium convention, and we love other events too, and some are near and dear to us, and that is a theme for tonight's show, which we'll be getting into just shortly. But we do want to let everybody know that yes, we will be opening up things for Imaginarium 2026 this coming Monday. So we'll have guest applications open. We'll also have the good early bird discount stuff, which you definitely want to take advantage of if you intend on coming, because we have full weekend registrations at a big discount. We also have big discounts on vendor space as well, and we also open up for sponsorships. So definitely going to hit the ground running. We've got a lot of plans, some new additions, a lot of things coming into place. We've got several new folks that are coming aboard early on the staff side, which is great, and Holly and I are very grateful for that. And so yes, a lot of good stuff cooking there. But I will be covering that more in earnest next Wednesday. But watch the site on Monday. We will put out an email on the email list, and we will also, of course, have it in the social media channels. Be sure to follow the Star Chamber Show on Blue Sky, on X, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Those are some of the channels where you can find us right now. Instagram account is pretty new, but yes, you can find the Star Chamber Show outright on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. Be sure to follow those so you never miss the posts about when the latest shows are coming on. So definitely keep a watch for all that. And let's see, what else do I have to share with you tonight? Not a lot. Like I said, we're just coming back from, recovering from the convention and getting ready to hit the ground running with I almost said new season. I was thinking of Vamp Chat with Dan and Eva, but yes, year 13 of Imaginarium. So that's coming up, and we're just getting the juices fired again, and looking forward to Saturday's event, which I'm just gonna hold off on talking about that for a minute, but I'm looking forward to being there, and because it's definitely one of my favorite yearly things to do, and you're going to hear all about that tonight with a great guest that we love to have on the show. And but right now I'm going to we'll go ahead and get our wonderful sponsors of tonight's show recognized, and that'd be the lovely Sandy Lender, the genre blender. She is awesome. And definitely, I'm looking to see if she might be in the chat room tonight. I just saw Amy McCorkle just join the chat room. Hello, Amy. And also the Ren Garcia, the legend himself, the man behind the League of Elders series. So take a listen to both of them, and both of these what's featured in these short spots are excellent. I can vouch for both the League of Elders series and a fantastic nonfiction book that Sandy has out that is a great motivational nonfiction release. So here's a little bit from Sandy about that, and then we'll go over to Ren.
Are you a creative person working a 9-to-5 job to survive? Let's look at how to keep your energy and joy alive with the new motivational business book, Capture Your Dream, from author Sandy Lender. In Capture Your Dream, Sandy offers stories, lessons, inspiration, SWOT analysis, goal stacking strategies, and more to help you map your plan to achieve a dream job or side hustle. As a creative herself, Sandy knows it takes compromise and commitment to keep the day job to survive while chasing the dream to thrive. Assess your dragon score. Learn more about Capture Your Dream at AuthorSandyLender.com.
Yes, that's a great book. Thank you very much, Sandy. And yeah, it seems like dragon's a good theme, especially on a day that I saw How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, dragons are definitely the creature of the day here. So now I'll go over to Ren and give you a little bit from Mr. Garcia on the League of Elders series, which is absolutely a spectacular series, and with just amazing cover arts. Definitely go check them out and pick them up and tell Ren you heard about them on the Star Chamber show.
The League of Elder dares to be unusual. It's easy to be swept away in this bold and uninhibited landscape where fantastic heroes become old friends and sinister villains inhabit every dark corner. Dare to explore things best left alone. Each book is your lantern, lighting the path to a world never before seen. So what do you say? Are you weird enough for us?
Oh, yes, we are. We most certainly are, Ren. We love you. We're weird enough for you, but let me specify,
Yes,
weird in a good way.
that's
In
true.
a good way. There she is. There's Holly. Holly is in the house. Yeah, there you are.
I am here.
Welcome. Welcome
Thank you,
aboard, Holly.
NASA, for the love. She
Yeah,
sent
thank
us
you.
a love. Do you see that
Oh,
pop
thank
up?
you,
That's
Nessa.
cool.
Oh, I
Thank
just looked
you.
down and saw that. I saw this big green banner pop up, and
That's
yeah,
awesome.
she sent us love times one to the Star Chamber
Hey,
show. Thank you very much.
every few cents
Yeah,
helps pay
it does.
for, the podcast
Yep.
subscription. So we'll
Yep,
take
it
it.
does. Yeah, it helps. Every bit helps. Thank you, Nessa. Really appreciated. So, Holly, we got a couple minutes before we bring back our esteemed regal guest aboard. So, is there any news? He's on deck, so we could technically bring him aboard a little early. It wouldn't, I don't think, be too surprising to him. But I do want to give you the platform view. I did mention, we are opening up for some things on Monday already with Imaginarium. I know you don't have to worry about anything with programming for a while, so just relax. Keep resting. Keep getting
Hi,
those
baby. Oh,
knees better.
Leon come up here and he
The
just booped
cat.
my nose. Leon booped my nose with his nose.
There you go. The cat is on the show. All right. I've
I
got
was taking a drink of my wine and he come up here at my little bedside table I got here and he booped my
nice.
nose while you were talking. So
Yeah, I've got
um,
Vicky and Albert right near me, so I've got the other two out here.
the oh gosh, excuse me. Um, Programming, you are wrong, sir, because I already have stuff in the works for next year. I had a long talk with a few people, and yeah, um, we got some people coming back you haven't seen in a while. I've got some new people in mind. I've still got to get hold of. We're gonna have a big meeting with a lot of our new heads,
New heads.
staff
Yeah,
next week, so that's gonna be exciting because Holly's finally getting some help, and
Holly's
Holly
finally
needs it
getting help.
because Holly is
Early help.
becoming more and more handicapped. So I'm going to have to go get shots of my knees because of the Imaginarium stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, she's like an
we're hanging in
NFL
there,
player. She's like
and
an
I'm
NFL
already
player.
planning. I said I'm already planning for next year. We've already got stuff in the works, man. So
Yeah, a
you
lot
know,
of good stuff and a lot of good guests
and we're
and
going to be
yeah,
opening up here in a couple weeks.
yep, we are. Well, we're gonna be open with several things this Monday, but yeah, other things will be rolling out just shortly thereafter. So everything is gonna be going good. But yeah, again, to just tell you what will be opening up Monday is we will have guest applications. We will have early bird on vendors and also for event registration, pre-registration at the early bird discount. And that should be about it. Later, just a little bit later, we'll have things open like the film festival, call for entries and all that stuff. But yeah, that'll be the first wave
And Imagines and all that. That'll be later
Imagines.
on. Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
come later. And
Yeah.
so yes. So what do you say we go ahead and bring the
Let's
guest of the
bring him
hour
on.
into the house?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, tonight's guest is a new Hall of Famer. Yes, he is newly inducted into the Imagination Hall of Fame. He is also an award-winning author, publisher, and screenwriter. And publisher, of course, with the Great Hydra Publications, which, of course, has several amazing imprints. And so tonight we bring back to you a show favorite, an Imaginarium favorite, and one of the best guys in the indie publishing community, the one, the only, Tony Acree. And Tony, your mic is on.
So can y'all hear me all right?
Hear you
We
loud
can
and
hear you
clear.
just fine.
Well, I think I need you all just to follow me around and introduce me everywhere I go. So
We can do that. I got my brain back, so I can do it. It took about
well,
a week.
again, I
It
want to
took a week.
congratulate you two on another fine Imaginarium.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
the show now that I don't do as much as I used to because I want to relax and talk to everybody. Because again, it's like a family reunion for
Enjoy it.
us.
Right.
Right.
Actually
And,
get to enjoy it. Yeah.
And
I
the
don't blame you.
family's growing. It grows every year. More
Yeah.
family.
It does, and
Yeah.
thank you all for put me in the inaugural Hall of Fame. What that generally means is we're old, so
No. Accomplished. Very accomplished.
accomplished.
That's
Yeah,
Accomplished,
not
skilled.
old. Yeah.
no black male was involved in that decision whatsoever.
No.
None
No,
at all.
but it was awesome, and I loved getting to see you get that recognition because I've known you for many years, and it was a big honor for me. And then also it was cool because some of the folks that are close to you, especially with Hydra, like Arlen and Lee,
Absolutely.
were part of that initial group, so the inaugural group. So that was hopefully that made it a little extra special for you. Fun looking.
I mean, y'all met me when I started as I got signed to Hydra by Frank Hall back in 2012. And I was, I couldn't spell. I was releasing my first novel. And now, 13 years later, I'm being inducted into a Hall of Fame with Lee Pennington, who's a Kentucky Poet Laureate, three-time Pulitzer nominee. Michael Noss,
Yep.
who's won multiple Bram Stoker Awards. You've got, Arlette Andrews and a Hugo Award nominee and Virginia Smith and Tim Wagner. I mean,
Yep.
come on.
Yep.
And Michael Smith, so
Michael Williams, that definitely. Yeah, he's
Oh, Michael Williams.
Michael Williams. Excuse me, Michael Williams. But yeah,
Yes.
the people have known me since I was a kid who knew I couldn't spell, who signed my yearbook. Hey, great knowing you learn how to spell. The fact that I'm inducted into a Writers Hall of Fame with those people is very humbling.
Well, you deserve it. I mean, you've got so many great things you've done, and I mean, just as a writer, both as an author and screenwriter, as a publisher, obviously, got all great imprints, award-winning press.
Toastmaster for umpteen years.
Toastmaster for 9 years. You actually earned the accolade of burnt toast.
Burnt
That
toast.
was Michael Noss. Michael Noss I give him credit for that.
Mhm.
But yes,
When I stopped being the MC, because as you all know, like you all are dealing with now, I had several health issues I was dealing with that have all now basically been cleared up. But I was so worn out that I was very happy when Michael took it over. And of course, he's fabulous at it. But being Toastmaster Emeritus, I'm going to put that on a business card somewhere.
Yes.
and use that. But
Oh, that's cool.
That's legit.
But something else that we've got, because it was what you brought me on, I appreciate it. When I
Yes.
took over Hydra,
Uh-huh.
the original owner of Hydra had a book fair in Madison, and I bought the fair from him, and then moved it to my hometown of LaGrange, Kentucky. And so this Saturday will be the LaGrange Book Fair. It's now every first Saturday in August in LaGrange. And we've got about 40 different authors coming out, and publishers as well. You guys, 7 Star Press.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other great thing. This is kind of like a second family reunion, because you guys are going to be there. Per Bastet is going to be there.
Yeah.
Nightmare Press is going to be there. You know, the Floyds are bringing their press. And then, in addition to a lot of the people that, you know, a lot of Hydra authors are going to be there. Dave Creek, Lynn Tincher, Arlen Andrews, Jim Miller, Bill Knoll, mystery writer, Jessica Lindsay, who's just come out with a vampire novel that's doing really well. But there's also a mix of other people who I don't get to see all that often. We've got, you know,
Abigail Keem's coming. I talked to her yesterday. Yeah, Abigail's coming.
She is. And
yes,
Abigail's going to be there, and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels are going to be there. But we've got a good mix of romance stuff. Because one of the things I've heard, you all need more romance. Got to have more romance. Well, guess what, people? We got more romance. And I'm not an idiot. Romance is one of the biggest selling genres out there. And since we get a cut or whatever sold, we have more romance authors this year. But no, the fair every year has gotten better. We moved it from April to August 2 years ago because of all the bad weather in April. And,
we remember that.
We know tornadoes and downpours.
The first year was tornadoes, and then downpours, and then the third year I said, God, don't let it rain today. This is mid-April, people. Don't let it rain. We got an inch and a half of snow.
Yes.
And the author's like, could you be more specific next time? So I said, you know what?
You gotta be specific when you ask God a question. Or he's a jokester, you know.
Well, what I found is moving it from April to August.
He does.
He moved it to August works. And ladies and gentlemen, the predicted temperature is 83 degrees,
sunny,
lower humidity, no rain on Saturday.
There you go.
Beautiful.
And like you guys, love it. I'd like to take a moment and mention, because the fair does have a couple of sponsors. We have one of our big sponsors is the LaGrange Main Street program. Because when you come to LaGrange, we don't want you to just come to the fair. Historic downtown LaGrange, we're one of only two, or the only one, depends on who you talk to, with a train that goes right down the middle of Main Street.
And you can go online and actually watch cams of it. It's wild. I've done it.
You can watch trains hit cars. That's one of the favorite pastimes. We had a lady that had stopped at a stop sign. The train was coming towards her, laying on its horn. She could turn right any moment and not get hit by the train. She never moves. The train hits her, and fortunately for her, it pushed her car between an open space between two other cars. And when the police finally got to talk to her, they said, "Why didn't you just turn right and get out of the way?" She said, and I quote, "I thought the train had to stop at the stop sign."
Oh my God!
What?
Yes, that's entertaining. Now we're fiction writers, and I'm not making this up.
Oh boy!
But when you come to the fair, LaGrange Main Street, they've done a fabulous job. Sarah, who now runs LaGrange Main Street, has done a fantastic job promoting the fair. And then you also have From the Ground Up Books with Lynn Tincher, who owns that. Will be at the fair. Is another Hydra author. They have a really cool bookstore. We were partners in a bookstore, Karen's Book Barn. Back in the middle teens, 20 teens.
We did some signings there.
Yes, you did. And we're so happy that Lynn opened up a bookstore there, and she's got one in Shepherdsville.
Is that barbecue joint still there? We used to go to that barbecue joint after.
It's gone.
No?
The pandemic took them out, because that barbecue place was fabulous. But
oh my God, it was so good.
It was. But now you got Ernesto's, you've got the Main Street Bourbon and Ale House, You've got 119 West Main. There are a lot of great restaurants. So when you come,
Oh yeah.
don't just go to the book fair. There's a farmer's market that runs until 1 p.m., which is
Okay.
right next to our venue. So you go to the farmer's market and get your produce. Go to the book fair and get your books, and then go to one of the restaurants or one of the great antique or other stores on Main Street. Tour the city. Make a weekend of it. So if you want to make a real on Friday nights, they have Trackside Tunes. They're having live music Friday nights. You can come into town on Friday, stay the weekend. We got a couple of wonderful hotels. But there's no doubt that the authors who are coming drive this event. You can get a nice, signed book and get your summer reads. But like one of the ones that's actually special to my heart that's coming is Stephen Vest. Stephen,
Yes.
Steve Best.
We love
Yes, we
Steve.
talked about him the other day. I want to get him to Imaginarium to
Yeah,
do a
we have
workshop.
to.
I'd love to have Steve.
For people who
He's
don't
great.
know him, he is the editor and publisher of Kentucky Monthly. Well, back in
Yes.
1998, I had an English professor. I was going back to get my degree I was in my 30s. My English professor forced me for my final. Everybody else had to write a letter to the editor except for me. I had to write a short story and send it somewhere to be published, and I had to give the return receipt where they agreed, where I mailed it out. Well, I sent it to Kentucky Monthly Magazine. Lo and behold, Mr. Best and crew published it in their Kentucky Derby issue. And so I got my start, other than a high school newspaper. The first people who ever published me was Kentucky Monthly and Stephen. So now that he's coming to a fair, so here's a guy that gave me a shot 27 years ago. And he's coming to my fair. How cool is that?
That's awesome. Isn't that
It's
neat?
like-
How full
it's like we-
circle, man. Full
It's like
circle.
it's like we always say, Tony, when you go to see Steve Vest, it's definitely time well invested.
Ooh, dude, I'm going to feel that. And while we're doing this, I want to give a shout out to our new social marketing director, who is Kit Acree. Yes, that's one of my twins.
Nice.
Awesome.
One problem that all small presses and a lot of independent authors have is social networking and marketing. It's a pain.
Amen.
We don't have time to do it.
It's a monstrosity.
It is. So with this fair, LaGrange Main Street was doing their thing, and we're trying, but I didn't feel like I was doing a good enough job. So I hired Katie, who's getting a degree in arts administration. She'll be a senior this year, and she wants to run the publishing house when she graduates. So I need you to take over the social networking for the house, but primarily to start for the fair. She started the last couple of days of June, and then since June, we went from having 4 or 5 visits to our Facebook page a day to we just crossed the 26,000 view mark
Jeez.
in less than a month. Thanks to
Fantastic.
the ads Katie has generated and the way the authors have been involved in promoting the event.
Nice.
But she deserves a lot of credit and then LaGrange Main Street, I know the last time I talked to Sarah, their event page had I think, over 14,000 views. So you're looking at 30,000 views, almost getting close to 40,000 views ready for this fair. We just started running our Facebook ad this week. It's already crossed 10,000 views. So if this fair is not a success this year, with the great authors that are coming, the fantastic weather, all the advertisements, I'm just going to retire and join a monastery and never come back.
It has got well.
No, you still got to come back and see us.
Well,
I have been
That's mandatory.
I have been attending and participating since the roots of this began, of course, in Madison. But
that's where I met Stephen, although he don't remember it.
Oddly enough, that's actually where Holly crossed paths with me for the first time.
But he don't remember it.
Tony, there's a real legacy to your fair with the Holly Stevens story.
Yeah,
there is.
It really is. And but every year, I mean, that you've been in LaGrange, I mean, it's just gotten better and better. And now the venue you've got is from an author and attendee standpoint is fantastic.
City Place, which is City Place was put together by the Rawlings Group. City Place
perfect.
And Cheryl and Andrew, the people there at City Place, they're fantastic. If you need an event space in Oldham County, you've got to start with City Place. They've got several pavilions. We will be in Pavilion 2. So if you're going to come to the fair and you're listening to this, it's 112 South 1st Avenue. It's just a block down from the railroad tracks. Can't miss it. We're going to have posters up and signs pointing to the event. But we're also going to have a couple food trucks. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What kind of food trucks are you having, Tony?
Well, this year, let me go over to my food truck ad thing, Bob,
Okay.
stuff.
It looked good, Holly.
Because you know me, I love to hear about food. I'm a foodie.
You and me both, sister. I think Sizzling Dogs is one. And let's see who the others are. We've got drinks, and I don't have the name of the drink place, but Sizzling Dogs has hot dogs, chili cheese, New York dogs, sauerkraut. They've got bratwurst. They've got all kinds of stuff. And then for drinks, we've got everything from smoothies to coffee to you name it. It's got a little bit of everything, lemonade. So you're going to be able to get something to drink and something to eat. And then for the authors who are attending, I know there's several. Carol Preflatish is in the audience. She's going to be there, and several others. The volunteers will run into LaGrange and pick up food if you want it. So, because we're so close to downtown LaGrange, we're in downtown basically, and you've got so many great restaurants right there. The volunteers, and that's the other great thing. We've been lucky to have some, like you guys, really great volunteers for our event. And what people tend to like is we get you in easy. We get you out easy, and go ahead.
I'm saying that's facts because it's been for me. It's been
heck yeah,
and
we've always had help.
Load in, load out. Everything's just absolutely great. Yeah, with the staff. They are so helpful.
Because we were all kind of younger when we started this, and now the core group we're getting kind of older.
No, we're not getting older. Who are you talking about? I don't know.
So having volunteers and dollies, have Dolly will move.
Amen, brother.
And because I've been spending a lot of time in your town the last week, the twins.
You need to tell us when you are here.
Yes, you do.
Well, I will start doing that, but I've been so busy I wouldn't have had time to visit. The twins, for the first time in their lives, are going to be living separately. Katie has a significant.
Oh my God! Wow.
That they're going to be moving in with, and Matt's getting their own apartment. So what I've been doing the last week, making runs, moving stuff out of the apartment into storage sheds and bringing it home. And then after the book fair on Saturday, we get to start moving them into their new apartments. So I have made 7 trips to Lexington in the last week and a half.
Jesus, Tony.
God.
Yeah.
I have a truck, honey. I have a truck.
Sister, you're not allowed to walk at the moment. What are you talking about?
Well, I can't walk, but I have a truck.
Well, I appreciate that.
Stephen can drive the truck.
Well, because when you're 62 years old, and I've talked about this, at 62, I should be driving a little sports car, living on the beach, drinking drinks with little umbrellas in them. Instead, I'm driving a minivan. You know how hard it is to walk out of a minivan, get out of a minivan and look cool? It just doesn't happen.
You know what? But there's a lot of room, and I appreciate a minivan now. When I was younger, I thought, well, this is ridiculous. I look like a soccer mom. But, hey, we have so many damn grandkids now. I'm like, just pile them in there. More room, the better. Pile them in there.
Well, that's because we're hauling these college kids around. That's why.
That's it. Pile them in there.
And then I eat, gas station pizza. So what are you going to do, right? But
Tony, come over here. I will make you food.
Sweet. And also, but just going back, somebody else was imaginary. Lydia Shearer is going to be here at the fair.
Awesome. Oh, Lydia's coming this year.
So Lydia is coming.
Is she bringing her little pirates?
No, I don't think they're coming. I told her she could, but she is not. So but Shannon McRoberts, who did really well the last couple of years, is going to be there. But we've just got all kinds of great. Irv Klein is going to be there. Leah Pugh is going to be there.
Nice.
And, Marilyn Barr. I want to give a shout out to Marilyn.
Marilyn's awesome.
She is. She's incredible. I said, hey, you remember the romance writers group? I need some more romance people. She goes, how many you want? So how many you got? Well, she brought me a bunch. And as a matter of fact, that's how you know this event is doing well, in the fact that we had a lot more authors who wanted to attend than I have room for, because I keep it at 40 for a reason. It's a one-day fair, and I don't want to dilute the sales of everybody. So
Right.
I keep it at 40 or less. So there's always about the same amount of volume every year. We did a convention in Knoxville. We actually really loved it as Hydra Publications. They had about 280 vendors. Well, they completed the vendor hall, and the next year they went from 280 vendors to like 550. And nobody made any money because there was
My
the
God.
traffic didn't increase any, but the amount of
Yeah.
vendors doubled. So you
See,
got the
that's the
same amount of
key.
Vendors.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we got a core group now. And we're gonna get a lot more foot traffic. I mean, we had the biggest Imaginarium we have,
Sure.
but a lot of them are busy throughout the day and all this. But I'm gonna change some things around, so there will be a ton of foot traffic in the afternoon because I'm gonna do like an hour lunch break
Sure.
so it'll force people in and in
Well,
the
force.
rooms.
Sounds
Yeah,
that
for the
sounds so hard.
vendors.
Force.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Force them in there. By God, you ain't got nowhere to go. You're gonna go look at vendors.
you know what? The beauty of our books and the gorgeousness of our covers will bring
That's
them in.
right. That's right.
That's how that works.
That's how
But,
that works.
You're
no,
right. That's a good thing to
But
do
I
though.
get
Is
you,
to
yeah.
we
Because if
get
you've
that.
just got a bunch of authors, and we all know this, baby authors out there, listen up. Don't go to a book fair if it's just strictly books of like 100 authors. That's all there is authors, and expect to sell out. It's
no,
rarely going to happen. That's not going to be realistic.
nope.
Now, if you go to like a craft fair or you go to like a book fair like yours, where you keep them, small numbers, then yeah, it's different because everybody writes something different. You've got all these different genres, all these different personalities, people. It's a lot different. But when you get
Yeah,
up
a
to like
limited
100
number.
people
Yeah.
and they're just strictly authors, there's no artists, there's no crafters, there's no leather workers, there's nothing else. Yeah, you're competing so much with each other and bumping heads that we have seen it. We have seen what happens. We have
Oh well,
watched people get morose and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
me and Steve would be like them poor
Yeah.
kids because the younger authors were like them poor
sure.
kids because
Well, I
they just
tell
look so
people.
sad.
Well, I tell people when you come to Imaginarium, it's not about book sales. It's
Right.
about honing your craft and networking. Because what's
Hmm.
invaluable about Imaginarium, because again, you're not. It's not like the Lagrange Book Fair where we've got, several thousand Lagrangians coming through the doors and coming out.
Right.
That's not the way your show is designed. And a little of the backroom stuff. Because I know Stephen has started when we were doing things like Phantom Fest,
Mhm.
and the literary track would be the one I'm pretty sure was Phantom Fest, and I don't mean to call anybody out, but that year the
Go ahead.
literary track was downstairs in a basement, down a
Yeah.
Yep.
hallway where the bulb
That,
didn't work to the last rooms on the left.
And
that's
not
And
that,
even tablecloths on the damn
no,
tables.
and you
yeah.
would ask the volunteers, "Hey, where's the literary track? The literary
Yeah.
what?"
Yeah.
And
That
you
was the least of anybody's worries. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and that
We'll
that
leave it at that. Yeah.
well that
But
but
yeah.
that inspired you to start
Mhm.
Imaginarium. But
Yep.
Imaginarium is
Yep.
not
Do
about
things different.
sales. It's about learning, going to
But
the
you
Yeah.
panels.
can. But the
Oh,
thing is,
we had our
you
best year
can
ever.
make sales. You
Oh yeah,
can.
we had our
You know,
best year.
we You can. It's just and you learn how to approach people and you learn how to, because you're competing with a lot of not
Mhm.
competing, we call it collaborating, but you have a lot of other people and you got to catch people. It's a good training exercise because
Sure,
there's so much going on, so many people. You've got to engage. You have to engage with people
Mhm.
walking by your table. You can't be looking at your phone, can't be staring at the floor. You got to make eye
Yeah.
contact and you've got to
Yeah.
talk to
Well,
people,
I'm
and
going to
that's
use one of
hard
your
for a lot.
I'm going to use one of your sponsors example. I don't think he would mind me doing this because this is how much he improved. But Ren Garcia,
Mhm.
I was doing my first Phantom Fest, and I'd already sold like 30 books. I'd never been to a big event. And Ren came up to me and said, I'm not being rude, but I know you're new. And I told him, he said, how many books have you sold? And I told him, he goes, I've sold like 7. Can you tell me what you're doing that I'm not? And I had been in line waiting for lunch while I watched this table because anybody that's seen Ren's covers, they're fabulous. And the posters he has for his booths are fabulous. They're eye catching. But when somebody walked to his table, he was so shy that he would barely talk to anybody. When you've got 500 vendors at a big Phantom Fest, if you don't talk to somebody. So when he signed on when I took over Local Neon, he signed on with Hydra. So come to Anime, Ohio, and Ren spent a weekend with me, and we did that. We worked on how to pitch to people. I said, just pretend you're not you for the day. And by the time the weekend was over, Ren was selling as good as anybody because he learned because pitching at a table is definitely an art form. Now, people like me and people like Steven, we just don't care. So
No. We're there to have fun and meet new people and network. Yeah.
Buy my book. Don't buy my book. I don't really care.
We know, going in that you ain't gonna sell $100. So no.
But
I tell you what, though, Lagrange last year, I did well though. I had a really
good
Tony.
Day. He did.
Oh, I know. I got a cut of all that. I know exactly how you did.
Yeah.
On your back, Steven.
I earned my keep. And hope
he did.
But going
back he come home and he said, "You won't believe it," because I was sick then, or in Indiana
right.
But I didn't make it.
Yeah, Holly thought that without her there with me, that we'd have a
I said,
day.
You ain't gonna do as well without me with you.
I was like, you wait and see. I'm gonna do this. And I came back and
showed me. He's like, I showed you.
Well, I know we're talking about the authors fair, but let me go back to Jeremy. I'm going to sign probably 2 authors out of it. Looks like I might pick out a poet out of it. Katie got to go around and talk to people about doing social networking ads for them. Her significant other Ellie went around and talked to people about doing editing work. As Ellie just graduated, I think, from Lipscomb University and has a degree in English and wants to be an editor.
Yeah, good college. Yeah,
and wants to be an editor for a major publishing house. So, but they did what you should do. They went from table to table. Hi, I'm Katie. I'm Kit. I'm Ellie. I do social networking. If you need an editor, here's my business card. I'd like you to do that.
That's exactly it.
Miriam, if you're not going to go to the panels, it really is about networking.
Yes,
while you're there and drinking bourbon.
Yes, and drinking bourbon.
Just not too much bourbon.
Right.
I've been out
very good lately. Yeah, I've been very
He's been very good. Well, I was good too because I had to take my geriatric butt upstairs. Jason made the funniest thing because we had the big rock concert, Poetry of the Dead. Jason William Allen, our good friend. I love him dearly. And he promised me this year, he said, I'm going to blow off the roof just for you. Just for you. I'm doing it. I said, you do it, Jay. So by God, he did it. And he brought the full band and we had the greatest metal concert. He was jumping around, jumping on the stage. And when he was done, he said, did I do you good? I said, you did. He said, you know what we are? I said, what? He said, geriatric goths. I said, you're right.
There you go.
He said, I'm going to be hurt for 3 days. And here I was, Tony. I had to pull a chair up to the stage because there was people up there, sitting there headbanging and stuff. I had to pull a chair because, my knees were hurting so bad. I had to pull a chair up there to headbang. And say,
well, it's always a good time. And that's why our event obviously is geared different. You're not going to learn anything. You're just going to pick up your new favorite summer read.
That's it.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you can pick up a good Christmas gift. It's never too early to start thinking about Christmas.
No, it's true.
And getting gifts, but we've got Trace Conger is coming down from Ohio. We love Trace.
Love Trace.
Mick Williams, our favorite British author.
Oh, that rascal! Yes,
that rascal. Right. Misty Parker is coming this year.
Yeah. Great author.
Michelle Bennington. We've just got, if you go to hydrapublications.com, we have a tab dedicated to the Grange Book Fair, and it's got a list of the authors that we have attending. And remember, subject to change. So we know
how that goes.
Always is.
Tom Wallace has offered his mea culpas. He had a friend pass away, so he's going to be going to a funeral on Saturday. So Tom won't be there. Tom's been to just about every, book fair.
He has.
Oh yeah, we love our lovable curmudgeon. But Tom will not be. But there's so many other great people that are coming. Arlen Andrews is going to be there. So Jessica Minyard's going to be there. Come on now, you were talking about romance. You take cover, and let me tell you,
see her. Yeah, it'd be great.
You see that cover with the bare-chested man, and you know what you're getting. Hey, you laugh, but I went to an event, and Liliana, I'm trying to think of it was Liliana Hart, and she is one of the best-selling independent authors in the nation. She pulls in like 6 figures a month. And she says, if you're going to write a romance novel, put a bare-chested man on the cover. And she talked about how her sales were doing so well that this marketing team came in and showed her some new covers for the books, for the ebooks. And they were gorgeous. No bare-chested men. Changed to the new covers. Her sales dropped 75%.
You are kidding me.
75%
What?
the next day. They put the bare-chested man covers back up and right back to 100%.
That is crazy. What?
Well, when you're shopping online, the cover will tell you what you need to know about your book.
Well, that's true. That's true.
That's true.
Yep,
And
that's true.
when you see a bare-chested man on the cover, you know
You
what
know.
you're getting.
That's true.
And so, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have some bare-chested men covers. Come on out to the book fair on Saturday.
Well, Steve, we're going to have to remember this.
No judgment.
Well, technically, a few of my Ragnar novellas, he isn't wearing.
Oh my God, he is bare-chested. You're right.
He is bare-chested. Not a romance novel, but he is bare-chested.
I will break you and love you at the same time.
Yes. That's right. He does have some naughty scenes, so yes.
Yeah, he's a muscular fellow. Yes, he does have a few naughty scenes. But I looked at your list too, and it looks like you is Addie King and also
Addie King is coming down. Yes, thank you.
Addie King. God, I ain't seen her in a long time.
What's interesting,
the Michael Nost workshop. We were sorry when we went to the Michael Nost weekend workshop.
Right.
Last time, yeah.
She is a lawyer of the first degree. She's excellent, and she's coming down. And interesting for her, we haven't seen each other since Cincy Comic Expo just before the pandemic. I still have a banner of her, so I'm going to be giving back to her on Saturday.
Are you kidding? It's been that long since he's been to Imaginarium?
She forgot her banner at Cincy Comic Expo that year.
Wow.
And so I still have it, so she gets her banner back. She's got a book coming out from Hydra Publications coming out. And for people personally, I've got the 3rd book in the Samantha Tyler series written by the fabulous Rachel Rawlings and Mary Ellen Quire with my
Mary Ellen.
This book they're the first people, the first 2 Samantha books we did not have. For people who don't know me, I write the Victor McCain and Samantha Tyler series and then the Jericho Mysteries. But in Samantha and Victor, I didn't want Victor in the first 2 Samantha books. I wanted Samantha to stand on her own, get her story going. But in book 3, Victor McCain shows up in the first Samantha Tyler book, and the way they wrote Victor gave me goosebumps. You know, when you have somebody take your baby, your guy, and they're going to write it, and what they wrote, fabulous. Absolutely. And this book is vicious. It's the longest book in the series, so we're going to have that at the book fair. So if you're a fan of the Samantha and Victor books, there will be a new Samantha Tyler book there. And we've announced it. We're going to have a Victor and Samantha anthology coming out right around Christmas time. So I've got about 8 or 9 different writers who are all writing short stories in the Victor Samantha world. And there's going to be one who's written a really cool. Marianne Gosling has written a really cool backstory for our brother Joshua, who features prominently in my books. And so that's kind of cool. We've got a lot of Victor stuff coming out this year. So
fantastic. Marianne's a really good writer. I've had the honor of working with her more than once as her editor. And she had a short story in the 2nd Marathonarium anthology. And she is really good. I mean, I think she's going to make some waves.
So in Imaginarium, you learn how to do it. She made a really good pitch before Imaginarium, but I'd met her at Imaginarium a couple years before. But because we had met and spent time together at Imaginarium, when she made her pitch, I knew what a good writer she is. Right.
It's different when you actually spend time with somebody. That's the beauty of it. The networking. That's why networking is priceless. It truly is priceless because whether these people are going to be in your life to help you lift up now or later, it will come. Sooner or later, these people that you meet around you, they know somebody, that person knows somebody, that person knows somebody. And that's how we lift each other up. It does take a village.
It does.
And we're not, what do we call it? We're not, competing against each other. We're not competitors. We're collaborators. And that's how we raise each other up. And that's the way it should be.
The old
You know,
phrase,
especially in the indie world.
a
You know,
rising tide lifts all boats.
No,
that's
definitely.
exactly right. Because, you know, the big boys, you know, they have the cash, they have the staff, they have, you know, everything that we don't have, right? And we're fighting the good fight out here. And I hate to tell the world, I don't hate to tell the world. I want to tell the world that most indie writers are probably better or at the same par as a lot of the bigger writers. It's
Well, as
just,
you
you
know,
know, they
we've
don't
got.
get the exposure.
Well, I've been signed by Dark Water, Dark Harbor
Mhm.
Pictures, and you know they're still
Uh,
working at the funding. But what they told me,
right.
they had picked 7 other novels. They had read 8 novels before they contacted Bill Nolan and myself. And
Wow.
they said, you know, we could pay Stephen King millions of dollars to do a series,
Uh-huh.
or
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
what we have found with your publishing house, we've got 8 books series right now that would
Uh-huh.
make kick-ass TV shows, and the writing is just as good.
Yes, it is.
Maybe not. Well, okay, not as good as Stephen King, but good enough,
But
right?
come on. No, I don't know if I agree with that though. I truly think, I mean, yeah, Stephen King, you
Yeah.
know, but and I love him. I mean, I've got books of his all over my house, but
Including
and
Holly, including the novel
including
Holly.
Holly, which yeah, I
Yeah.
just read here a while back, which is a phenomenal book. I suggest it. It's great, great cover. Holly, right on the cover. But anywho, um, there are phenomenal indie writers in your
Absolutely.
publishing house, in our publishing house,
Yeah,
that
Bill
I would
Noel.
put up against. Honest to God,
Well,
if you didn't have the
coming.
name stamp on them and let
Yeah.
people judge, come on now,
Well,
you
well,
you
hey,
know,
oh,
you're
well,
Victor
well,
McCain. Come on now,
let's take a look at a few of them though. Lydia Shearer, she sold over 1 million books
Yeah.
independently. Bill
yeah,
Noel, he's another
it
one who's
happens.
as good as anyone out there in
Bill
Oh,
independent.
any
and Bill
thriller
was
writer. You put
Bill
him
was
against
pandemic
Coots or you know
proof.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see them Saturday. I mean, you'll
Trace
see
Conger.
several. Trace Conger's
What?
another. I mean,
Abigail King. I mean,
Yeah.
I tell you what,
that
Elliot,
Abigail.
is
I
Jesus.
just, I,
Chastity Bolin.
well, just
Chastity.
well, I'm talking about Saturday's guests, but Elliot
Well, yeah,
Parker,
Saturday's guest,
uh,
but I mean,
Elliot,
there's tons of them out there.
Elliot
Yeah.
Parker, another name that jumps out at you
Elliot. Yeah.
from Tony's list, which
yep.
I'm
Yeah.
thrilled to see him on the list. He is a great writer,
Well, the good thing
and
is he reached
yeah,
out late, and that's why I
yeah,
apologize. If you're listening and you wanted to join in, I only have so many spots.
Right.
Lee Pennington's going to be there, right?
yep, hmm
Lee.
And
Oh, I'm
and
but
so
Arlen, and
sad I'm gonna miss
Arlen. We got some
Arlen
Hall,
yeah,
Andrews.
some of
it
these
is
new Hall of
one of these
Famers.
years we're going to have to get Michael out for a signing, and
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, but
I can do that.
it's just going to be so much fun, and it's because of the volunteers, I get to visit a little bit. I'm usually pretty busy during the day,
Yeah.
but it's just going to be a really fun event. And again, the weather's going to be absolutely fabulous.
hmm
So we're just, matter of fact, we're so excited about the traffic we anticipate. I overnighted another PayPal Zettel scan, credit card device.
yep,
You can run 3 lines instead of 2.
Yeah.
So
nice,
Yeah.
that
nice.
because we're getting so much leverage out of it, and folks, and it's something else for writers. Because what you do with the show is to teach people how to do things. Running the right Facebook ad,
hmm
and hitting your demographic. Because when we do a Facebook ad, we do it the week before, and we
hmm
target Oldham, Jefferson, and Henry and Shelby
hmm
counties. The counties right around
hmm
LaGrange, and the amount of people tagging other people, man, it just makes your heart warm. when you do an ad and you see people, hey, we got to go this. Hey, Billy. Hey, Susie. We got to go do this on Saturday, right? And
Right.
but with the amount of eyeballs we've already, and the county was so cool. Let's give Oldham County credit. They've got digital billboards around the county and different points where you come in and out of the county. And they started running the ads for the fair on the last day or 2 of June. So the county's been running the ads for this fair for the whole month.
hmm
So the buy-in from the people in LaGrange and Oldham County has been just absolutely. I can't say enough good things about Sarah and Pam Leverett, who does the food trucks, and helps with the signs and closes the streets and get the picnic tables over for people. It truly is. But we've grown up wanting to go to the Kentucky Book Fair, That was always what you want. If you made it to the Kentucky Book Fair in Frankfurt. Well, now they're having, and I still would love to go, but now it's being held at a bookstore. It used to be at a convention center. By the time it's all done, I would love to see the LaGrange Book Fair be the book fair of the state, right?
Can happen. Yeah, it definitely can happen.
Because all the great, everybody comes back year after year. We get the same people come back and spend $400, $500, $600, $700 buying books because they know the quality of author who is going to be coming to this event. Because we don't let anybody in. We do have a screening process, and so because this is more invite only. It's because we only have so much room, and but we get people tell us we this is on our calendar every year because we know we're going to find something new to read. And we know it's going to be good quality, and it's going to be something that we're going to want to read. And so, and then, but you bring in some new people, like the new mystery writers and those kind of folks, and then Stephen. There's just a lot of different things to choose from. So
yeah, and the other thing that I think is happening there is you've got this great building literary storytelling thing going on in LaGrange. You've got From the Ground Up books, and of course they have the Pen Crafters Mentorship Program, which you're a part of, and several other people I really respect, like Dan Clefstad and several other people. Dave Creek, great program that's there. Also, not too long ago, we had Terry Chambers on with Nancy Theus and Bob Thompson talking about the Corn Island Storytelling Festival, which is
I know, and I didn't get to spend enough time with Terry Chambers like I wanted to, but I will in October.
Mid-August. But yeah, but Oldham County's got a lot going on. I mean, you guys
I will be there in October.
Hey, Terry Chambers is going to be there on Saturday. Yeah. And when Corn Island was here, they invited me to be one of the storytellers, so I actually got to get up.
Oh, that's
nice.
And spin some yarns for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And thankfully, people laughed in the spots where they were supposed to. It's really weird when you're a writer, and even though being a Toastmaster, right? There's, you can play off the audience, you can do this, but when you're doing the Corn Island storyteller thing, and you're up behind a microphone, and you've got to tell a story and engage people for 5 to 10 or 15 minutes, whatever your time frame is, that can be a little daunting, if you've not done it a lot. And because you all know I like to talk, you can tell that just by this evening, but there's a difference between talking and telling a story that you're hoping will catch people's imaginations while you're doing it vocally. So, but they laughed where they were supposed to. I was happy. I did my 5 minutes. I got off the stage, so
they were laughing with you, not at you. So
no, they were doing both. But you know what? That's quite all right. And I can honestly tell you now that I've done it once, I don't think I would do that again because it is really intimidating. It really is.
Yeah. But I mean, you got great events. You've got publishing. You've got bookstores. I mean, they're in LaGrange and Oldham County. I mean, you've got a scene going on there, Tony.
Well, we also have a streaming radio show. Yeah. Crossroads LaGrange Streaming Radio is located right there on Main Street next to LaGrange Coffee Roasters, and they have been promoting the event all week. Chris McGill is great, and I do a radio show every Thursday night with my good buddy James Caffey. We both are lifelong LaGrange people, and we do a show called Look Back LaGrange, where we tell stories and tall tales about our past living there and people who were there. And most of the time the stories are true, not always. Sometimes we forget or make it up, but even then you've got a radio station in downtown LaGrange. But the community, I've always said that triangle between Lexington, Louisville, and Cincinnati. Here, the amount of creatives that live in this area that are willing to help each other out, because that's how I really got to know you guys well, was we were up at, was it Context up in Ohio?
Context the first time.
And I don't know if you'll remember, but the guy that owned the company, he was really introverted, and I had no plans on being a publisher, but I went to you, I think it was you, it was James O'Barnes, and either Jason Sizemore or Eric Beebe, and I said, hey, if I will pay for dinner if you will let me ask you any question I want during dinner. And as I found out, you offer authors free food. They're in. But so great. I spent the hour going, okay, how many books do you do a year? How many books do you publish? How do you do your marketing? How do you space it out? What do you do about editing? What do you do about blah, 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 blah? But for that hour, and you all were gracious in answering the questions. So when I went back, I was able to help the publisher better. And then when he decided to get out of the business and I bought the company, I knew what to do somewhat because of speaking to you three for an hour over dinner, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah, I
then
remember
you
that day.
very kind. I would say, "Hey, Stephen, can I come out and buy you lunch? I've got some more questions." And I would
You
come
bet.
out. Yeah. And now I'm like one of the old guys. Now I'm in a hall of fame for writing, which just,
Yeah.
you
There
know,
you go.
see? But
There you go.
that shows you things like Imaginarium and a book fair. Start, learn your craft, bug the hell out of people that know more than you. Go to events, network, and the company I owned, Hydra, had lost money like 10 years in a row, and we made money every year of owner. Matter of fact, my first year we made like $748 in profit, and I thought I was king of the world. And the people that were involved now, you're looking at, I could retire if this deal works out the way it's supposed to. So but the point is I educated myself by doing things like Imaginarium, having dinner with publishers, talking to editors, and I didn't know anything. Again, I couldn't spell, and now we do this, right? So,
It's wild, ain't it?
Yeah.
well, it
It's
helps that I
crazy.
married an English. It helps that I married an English major too.
Well,
My lovely
Stephen
wife.
got lucky and got a programmer deluxe. For some reason, I am meticulous about. I'm OCD, so he got somebody that's a little, and and I'm OCD, and so I'm meticulous about everything. And I should have been an English major. I become a nurse, but my English teacher all through high school always, because I took every freaking English class I could possibly take in high school, and then on in college I took more speech and all this stuff, but I loved English. That was like my thing, but I wanted to be a nurse, so I became a
Just so
nurse
you know, I did
and
not. My senior English teacher gave a bail
loved it.
test, and she came to me with tears in her eyes when she handed me my
Oh,
test. She goes, She goes, "I've never had anybody get a perfect on my Beowulf test." And the
ah,
answer, you got a perfect, but I take off a half a point for spelling. You got a 94.
well,
But
Tony, I'm same way, honest to God. I and with my fibromyalgia now and things go, my brain with certain medication I'm on, sometimes Stephen knows my memory goes, and I'll forget how to spell what, or I'll forget how to I'll be like,
well,
oh my God, I know how to spell this word, why isn't it coming to me? And then and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But now we have, God love it, at Grammarly, which I don't rely on AI, but by God, it's a tool, right?
it
And it'll
is.
say, hey, I think
Well,
you spelt this wrong. And maybe I did, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I intentionally did it.
and
And I'll be like, no, you're wrong. But, sometimes not.
I'm going to give you all some good natured grief because every year at Imaginarium, per Bastet and 100 publications, we wait for the other one to start packing up before we leave. We're sitting there
Oh my
watching together.
God.
Are you
Oh
leaving?
my
Look, are
God,
you
Tony, you're
leaving?
going to call me out, ain't
I
you?
am. So I turn around. I'm looking at them.
Shit.
Imaginarium is packing up. And I'm like, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. So I'm still here and Imaginarium's going to be gone?
And
And
poor
No,
Bastet said,
no.
Holly said I could. Holly told me I could.
I will
but
never
that
leave. I will never leave you, Tony. I will never leave you.
no,
Don't
no, no,
worry.
I get that. But you both had, for folks that don't know, Stephen took a tumble dealing with some cats.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yep.
fibromyalgia flared up. So you guys were gassed. But I thought
Yes.
it was
Yeah.
funny to hear Per Bastet
We were
and
cooked. We were cooked.
yes,
Wait.
So
but we're
funny.
arguing over
Poor Bastet's like, Holly said I could.
well, we came to agreement. We agreed that if Imaginarium was leaving, we could leave. So, and we did. And we did.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what it boiled down to, and this is funny, but what it boiled down to is I told the troll pub we were coming, right? Well, then I called him that morning and said, listen, we're going to have about 25 people, right? Well, they told me the kitchen's going to close at 8. Well, we didn't close till like 6, right? So I'm like, we got to get this shit in gear. We got to get packed up, right? Start packing. So we're packing some stuff up and waiting as long as we could, and other people wanted to go, and then more people wanted to go, and then Oh my God, Tony. It ended up being like 60 people. I told them 25. They had us
They hated us
packed
and loved us.
into a,
They
oh
didn't like us,
my
and they liked us. Yeah,
God, they was not happy.
It's
But
good unity.
but
we
they're
Yeah,
made them a
happy.
lot of money. But
Yeah,
next year, I'm going to have to tell them, hey,
yeah.
we're going
Sign
to
up.
have 50.
Yeah, do
We're going to have at
sign up.
least 50 to
Yeah,
60.
or
yeah,
sign up.
zip it
Yeah,
off.
We
And
got to have the back room. Because
yeah,
if
yeah,
anybody out there's listening, everybody's invited. You don't
yeah,
have to be invited personally by us. Everybody's invited.
yeah.
If you're staying Sunday night or if you live close or whatever, after Imaginarium's over, we pack up, we go to the Troll Pub, which is the pub underneath the bridge in Louisville.
Yeah.
To all just, it's end of the
Yeah.
con. And then people that want to come back to our room can. This year, the dead dog party, as they call it. You know what I did? I laid in bed. Some friends of
Literally,
ours
we were
that I
done.
literally had to lay in bed because I was in so much
Yeah,
pain. But friends of
yeah.
ours come up and did massages on me. We did tarot readings. We did singing. We had a ball anyway. It didn't matter. But I couldn't be up being my hoop and hollering self. But we still had a lot of fun. But yeah, anybody's welcome to do that.
I've
So
gone. I'm hoping to rejoin next year because I've gone several years.
yeah,
It's a lot of fun. Now this year, and I not to kind of end the show on a sad note, but I wanted to thank particularly you guys that deal with Imaginarium. But I got home from the show to find out my father had collapsed at
Yeah.
home.
oh
I
Jesus,
wasn't gonna
I mean,
mention that, but yeah,
I had
sorry.
just pulled in the garage and turned the key off when my stepmom called. Went down to the hospital. Sadly, he passed the next day, and we
yeah,
were his funeral was on Friday. But so many of my author friends reached out personally. But that just shows you again the community. I mean, a lot of these people I only know somewhat. I see them in Imaginarium,
right.
but so many people reached out to check on me to see how what's going on over the next couple of days, and it just goes to show you the love that this community has for each other, and so it was greatly appreciated. So my dad was
Well,
82, had COPD and kidney problems and something else, but
yeah,
we got 12 more years with Dad than we thought we were going to. So
right.
it wasn't as sad as it could be because he lived much longer than I ever thought he would. But again, the community that reached out to me after his passing, it's great to have friends. They say don't judge a man by the size of his wallet, but by the quality of his friends, which makes me the richest person on the planet. So there you
There you
go.
go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, our condolences, Tony.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
It's hard. I know. Been there.
believe me.
Me and Steve both.
Yeah. And I know
We've
and
been there.
I know you've gone through a lot in the past couple of
It,
years. I mean,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've gone
you've
through a
had a
lot.
lot. You've had a lot
Well,
of health
my
problems.
brother, my middle brother Pat, I've lost both brothers. My middle
Yeah.
brother passed in 2021, and since he passed, I've lost nearly 50 people.
Oh
Jeez.
man.
Unbelievable.
The older we get, the more that happens, and that's the
Oh, it
that's
does.
the unfortunate side of living longer. I mean, we want to live longer. Obviously, we don't want to go, soon. But the unfortunate side of that is you lose a lot of people
Mm.
that you
Well,
love.
let's move on because I don't know how much
Yeah.
time you have because I don't know if
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still an
We'll
hour.
give
But
for you, Tony, we'll stay on all night.
well, let's
But no,
let's let's
we'll take
let's
care of
move
you.
off of that and go back to the fair on
Right.
Saturday.
Okay.
You
Great
got it.
writers, Seven Stars going to be there. Per Bastet's going to be there. Hydra Publications in the
Cool.
house
In the house.
is
That's
going to be
right.
there, and we're going to run a third checkout lane to make things smoother for you guys.
Okay.
And now, if you're going to come shop, let me do that real quick. If you're going to come shop, we do things a little different than a lot of places. You don't have to carry books around. Every author is going to have a sheet of paper at their table, and
Yep.
then you pick what books you want. They write the title on the sheet, total up the cost. You keep shopping. You bring your sheets to the checkout. We check you out, stamp it paid, and then you take your sheets back and get your books from
Mhm.
the authors that you want. So that way, you're not carrying around a bunch of books. Because what we notice over the years is if people have to carry books, they'll quit buying because their arms are tired.
Yeah, they're
Right.
heavy.
But if they're carrying 20 sheets of paper, they
Mhm.
don't
Don't matter.
notice.
That's right.
And then we offer, say, if you bought, but I bought more books than I thought, then we'll have a volunteer help carry them to your car. So
There
that
you
we
go.
do it that way, so people will shop unhindered and buy more books.
Mhm.
There you go.
It's a
I
great
love it.
system. Yeah, it
I
works
do. I
great.
love it.
Yep, it's worked out really
Works out
well.
great.
So,
and I hope to turn in a bunch for you this Saturday.
Wait, well,
Hopefully,
again,
yeah.
we're not a charity. We want you guys to sell
Oh
a bunch
no,
of
I want you to do well, because that means I've moved a few myself, and I like empty boxes at the end of a
Oh,
Yes.
great. Well, we did Anime Ohio, and I was right next to people selling Squishmallows and other pillows. And they had this
Yes.
huge bag of pillows. Do you mind if I pick this up for a second? And I used one finger to lift this huge bag. And I sighed and they went, "What?" I said, "I'm a book publisher. You want to pick up my small box of books here and see how this relates?" So I should have been a pillow salesman, is what I should have been.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd have been a lot better on the back.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me
I know
tell
the
you. So
feeling.
no, going home is always so much better than coming
Yes.
in. You're down at least a quarter or a half or all if you're looking at all of your
Amen.
books. So
It's like, oh, it's
Exactly.
so much lighter. But then you have to order more for next time, and then it just gets heavy again. But
but yeah, you know what? That's okay.
that's okay.
When
Yeah,
we're
because you're gonna
self-employed,
sell them.
we wouldn't have
You're
to
gonna
order
sell
more
them again.
That's exactly correct. So I want to thank y'all for having me
Oh,
on.
let's tell the times for Saturday. Let's go over the times again.
Okay,
Just so everybody knows.
Saturday, August 2nd, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 112 South First Avenue in LaGrange, Kentucky at City Place. There will be signs on First Street pointing to the event. It's in Pavilion 2 at City Place. So you've got the main City Place building, and then just to the left is Pavilion 2. But we're going to have lots of great signage so you can find it. Keep in mind, food trucks, but come into downtown LaGrange, shop the wonderful restaurants, and go to all the wonderful shops that they have there, and just make a good day of it.
What about
And
parking? Where's parking?
parking is in downtown LaGrange. There will be some next to the venue, but also for authors, if you're going to attend the event, and I see several people who are here who are going to be attending the event, park down by 7-Star Press, and we will ferry you back and forth. We've got multiple people this year ferrying authors and publishers from the venue back and forth. But in downtown LaGrange, there's plenty of parking. You're only a block away from downtown LaGrange.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I can tell you. Looking forward to it, Tony, and looking forward to seeing you. And and this time I get to enjoy the event and don't have to worry about running anything.
Well,
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
People asked me years ago, "Would you be wanting to make this a 2-day event?" And I went,
No.
No.
I know people are asking us about
They
4
want us to
days.
make
I'm
a
like,
4-day. We had
no.
people on Sunday
No.
asking us to make it a 4-day
Yeah,
event.
we had several
No,
people this year.
no,
It's like, can we do 4? I'm like,
no.
no, not yet.
No.
No.
Because in the way we pay out, because of the sheets, it's so easy to get people paid out. And no, a 1-day event for me, that's
Right.
all I want to do. No, I see what you all have to go through and the amount of stress. And I'm like,
You know
I'm going to
how
go home and sleep well.
you know. Right.
So hey,
One of these
all you in the chat room, thanks for signing in. DL Ness, I know Amy was here for a bit. So thank you all, Christine. Thanks for stopping by, and of course Dan. Well, I'm assuming it's Dan. It could be Eva.
No, it's Eva.
Dan
It's
Eva,
Eva.
yeah.
Eva's in here.
You
Yeah,
go,
it's
girl. So if you're looking for a really cool podcast, Spam Chat with Dan and Eva, that's what you got to check out.
Oh yeah.
You got to check it out.
Over.
And you got to listen to the Imaginarium episode because there's a werewolf in the background.
Ooh.
Grendel the Wolfhound.
I'm really surprised my evil twin Rupert didn't show up tonight, but that's the way it goes.
Oh, that sucks.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure he'll pop in soon. Maybe in the fall.
He'll pop in soon.
I'm sure
We'll have to have another show and have Rupert on.
You know what? We need to have it where it's just Rupert. I'm not
just solid Rupert night. That would be great. Let's do that.
136 proof, Old Forester, single barrel, barrel proof, and Rupert. That's what this
we'll have to look into making this happen. Yes.
Yeah, we'll make this happen.
All right, y'all. Thanks for having me.
All right, Hall of Famer. Have a good night, Tony.
Night, Tony. Thank you, honey.
See you.
All right, folks. Yes, definitely go to the LaGrange Book Fair this Saturday. I've been many, many times. It's one of my favorite events of the year and couldn't endorse it enough. And definitely keep spreading the word on the show. We will have this out tomorrow on all the platforms such as Spotify and iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and others. So, yes, spread the word. Get this episode out there so people know about the LaGrange Book Fair, because it is a winner and a lot of good folks there. But I'll turn it over to Holly to close out the night. Thank you so much for listening tonight, everyone.
Thank you for listening. And if you'd like to be a guest, let us know and we'll get you on a future show. As for next week, we'll have another great guest. Same time, same place, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for the rest of the week, be creative. Good night, all.